But do you want me to get into
it?
Big question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Welcome, everyone, to the return of NBA Shower Thoughts. We're having this here midway through the segment. And this is something I kind of last minute added just because it drew up a lot of controversy on social media over the last couple of days and everything like that. In game 1 against the Nuggets, we saw Mark Daigneault have the Thunder foul up 3 multiple times. Happened left, right, and center. So much so that he shot himself in the foot and the Thunder lost the game. They did it last night. The Wolves had a clear chance to come back after SGA missed the free throw in the clutch. They fouled up 3, and it pretty much just destroyed the game for Minnesota. A lot of people have been asking on social media, should we ban fouling up 3? Should this be essentially like a clear path foul where you get the free throw and possession? Stuff like that. So, Antoine, I will go to you about this. Should the NBA ban fouling up 3?
This is good because I did notice this last night as well because they were up by 3, and I'm like, okay, I understand it. You want to stop the 3-pointer to tie the game. You foul them, get the ball back. They'll foul you right away. You go up by 3 again. It's a kind of a cycle of reversing up by 1, down by 3, up by 1, down by 3.
Ban it.
We're used to seeing the teams down foul all the time, you know, obviously. I would say yes, because it ruins the last minutes of the game where moments like Tyrese's shot in the first Knicks game go down happen on a 3 because they would have fouled. I mean, of course, in the next game, I wanted them to foul, so you prevent that 3. Of course, for your own team, you're going to want that. But if there's a minute left or 30 seconds and you guys are down you're down by 3, we want to see like a nice tying 3 and then just back and forth, last minute shot, 10 seconds left. Like, I don't want to see the back and forth foul.
Right.
To go down by 1, to go up by 3, because who's to say also maybe your guys missed the free throws on the other end and you're fouling. And you're only down by 1 or down by 2 now.
That's what happened.
So
Right?
you can't trust your free throw guys as much as, the pressure gets to them.
Right.
That's the big thing.
You know what really traumatized me?
What?
Do you remember? I don't know if you remember the first game the Nets Big 3 played together against Cleveland?
Oh, my God. That was a long time
We were
ago.
playing. It was like a really rocky first game. We were up by 3, and we did not foul Colin Sexton, and he hit the game tying 3, and then he went like on a 10-0 run in overtime himself. And from that moment on, I'm like, you got to foul up 3. This is why you do it, because knowing my luck, whenever someone plays the Nets, you get a career high, and you shoot at least 50% from 3. So, I totally understand from a business perspective that fouling up 3 is dumb because you want to see the game-winning threes. You want to see like a step back from the corner and everything like that. You want to see those crazy moments.
Right.
And fouling up 3, it's anticlimactic, right?
Yeah.
Like you're expecting, like if you see a volcano about to erupt, you want to see the big blast.
Right.
And instead it just winds up flowing out the top and just kind of runs down. It's just not what you want to see. So I understand it from the fan perspective. But from the coaching perspective and from the basketball perspective, it's one of the smartest things you can do on a basketball court. And that's where you got to have that fine line between it. You got.
So what do you say? What's your final answer? If you're the commissioner, what do you do?
As much as I hate it, you got to keep it in the game. You have to. Because
Now here's the thing.
Yeah.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think, look, if you're the NBA commissioner, your job is to make the game as entertaining as possible while also appeasing the players that are playing basketball, right?
Right.
That's your job. And so if that's the question, the question then becomes, how do I, as the NBA commissioner, make the game more fun to watch, period?
Right.
And I say, you ban fouling up 3. I think that's a way to improve moments like what Anthony just said, that Tyrese Halliburton shot or whatever crazy shot you can get.
Yeah.
That's a way to improve those types of moments or have more moments like that to eventually get more people back into watching the NBA. So what do you think about that?
I will say, I have no issue with
I don't think players would have an issue with
the fouling up 3. I think once you get to within either a minute or 45 seconds, that fouling up 3 is no-go.
It just feels like it's not the NBA once that happens.
Right.
You're just
But you know what the problem
using
is?
strategy rather than who's the better player.
But you know what the problem is?
You know what I
though?
mean?
Literally a year ago, or even this season, when someone would hit a game-winning 3, you would see tons of tweets. This is why you foul up 3. This is why you foul up 3.
Yeah, but those are salty people that
right. But
had their
the reason
stolen.
why people want fouling up 3 banned is because no one likes the Thunder. and the Thunder have been the ones just spamming it. That's why. The Thunder are the great team with the player that's very polarizing that won MVP. And, people are going to feel some type of way when they're doing different strategies to win the game. As much as I don't like it, it's high basketball IQ. You foul up three because you don't want to give up a game-winning shot or a
I
game-tying
understand,
shot.
but
It doesn't always work, though.
All other 29 teams can do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not just a Thunder rule. Like, just maybe Mark Dagnall's a lot smarter than the coaches down when they're up three with a minute to go.
They've been the only team in the playoffs that's been in that situation to foul up three. They've been in that situation several times.
Yeah.
And that's why. If it just was a common thing, then, you wouldn't see it as often.
It is a brilliant strategy. If it's my
Is it?
if it's my team doing it, I have no issue because my team is winning. But if I'm a regular casual NBA watcher and I just want to watch the playoffs because my team's out, it annoys you, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I would get annoyed.
Think about it like
I
if
say let them play.
think about it like if Trae Young was on the Knicks and he did like one of those things where remember he hooks the guy in the back and gets him trailing behind and he does the flop foul. You hate that. But if Jalen Brunson does it, you obviously love that because it's 2 free points.
Yeah, we don't.
And that's
bother us.
It's one of those things where it's like it's where it's convenient for the fan. I
Right.
think that's where it kind of ties into it. And
Well, they need to fix the foul calling as well. That's a whole nother conversation.
that is never going to be fixed. bro.
I think they can do it, but they really have to be intentional about it.
It also annoys me as a Knicks fan when JB gets into the paint and has a clear floater, but sees the defender trailing behind him and tries to lean back for a foul and misses the floater and the foul's not called.
Yeah.
So you give an empty 2 points just looking for a foul, and you kind of just gave up an empty two-pointer.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we even saw it last year in Game 3 against the Pacers. 16 seconds on the clock, and he tries to like bring his arms up to try and get the hook around and then fall backwards and try and foul bait a three. He had 16 seconds to work with.
I can't tell you how many times seeing JB gets past the defender and is almost in the paint and has a floater ready to go, and he's looking for the backhand foul and leans back and misses the floater.
Right.
And goes to the line for two, and when he could just have an easy two and go back on defense, the one free throw really worth that much? It doesn't really matter to me.
Sometimes when you need to break
In
in
sometimes.
those situations, you take what you can get.
You could, yeah.
And that's why foul baiting is a common thing. Now, let me ask you, Gio.
Yeah.
You say ban it, right?
I say ban it.
All right, so what do you reckon that if someone fouls up three, what should happen? And now, we're talking like intentional foul. Like if they're actually like fouled on a shot or something like that, that's one thing because they'll go to the line regardless.
So that's the hard part.
Let's say they intentionally foul you cross half court, they grab you or they slap the arm.
Right.
The typical intentional foul. What should happen?
I think it's a
He
technical.
literally asked me. No, but you can answer.
I don't want to hear from you. No, I think it's a technical free throw and possession back, and then you keep doing it. It's another technical foul after that.
I agree with
So
that.
just like a clear path,
Yeah.
Technical foul, free throw.
whatever the other terminology is for that type of foul.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, it's going to be hard for referees to deem what is intentional as like a up three foul and what is just like you're actually trying to steal the
I
ball.
mean, just watch. I mean, you saw what
That's
happened in
true.
Game 1 against the Nuggets. There's a clear difference.
Yeah.
There is. Some
Like,
players make it.
Aaron Gordon literally got grabbed as soon as he got the ball.
No, but if you're an NBA, think about it. If you're a player,
Yeah.
you can act like you're going for the ball, but you're really trying to foul up three. You know what I mean?
right, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can act like you're really trying to go for the ball.
Yeah, there'll
and
be
play
some,
good defense.
there's
You know
gonna
what
be
I'm
some-
saying?
There's some politics.
That's
with
going to
it.
be very tough to it was a lot of gray area is what I'm saying when it comes to motives
Yeah.
and intentions.
Definitely it's intentional if it's in the backcourt.
Yeah.
We know that. But once you get past the half court line, if you're not inside the 3-point line,
Yeah.
then it's more susceptible to be called.
Yeah.
Because obviously if you're inside, you're just going to score regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like fouling up three, it's going to be tough to ban. I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
No.
Plus, there's other problems in this league that are way worse than fouling up three.
Very true.
And at the end of the day, that's water. It's
And-
water under the bridge.
and that-
Just reform what defense is and what offense is. That's part of the issue.
Just market your small market team.
Just-
Jeez,
yeah,
love
and-
God.
And fouling up three is not an issue in the regular season because no one really does it.
Oh no, they do. They do it a
Oh,
lot.
they do it. They do it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why when teams hit game tying shots, that's why you foul up three
yeah,
to prevent that from happening. We see it in March Madness all the time.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I'm glad you brought that up because I noticed that yesterday, but I didn't really think much of it until, I guess, now.
Yeah. Well, because it really didn't get brought up much because when the Thunder did it the first time, they screwed up and they
Yeah.
fumbled that game completely. And, here you were in a situation, you have a team that's a lot better than the other, and a Wolves win would have made this a series. It would have been 2-2 heading back to OKC, and we potentially could have had an all-time great one. And you foul up 3, you destroy all the momentum of Minnesota, and now instead of a pivotal 2-2 game 5, you now get, maybe one last hurrah for Minnesota, but OKC's probably winning at home. So, it is kind of what it is.